So now I have a decision to make. How are we going to do the cord? And on this one, we've got the cord over here on the right hand side. We've got the plug down here on the right hand side. That's pretty good, huh? But what are we going to do with all that extra cord? If I plug it in, you could leave it hanging. You could take your wire ties and fold it all up there and have it hanging. But I'm going to take a look at this trim first off. Okay, here's my cover on this, and I see on the side, this is the right hand side, okay, it goes up just like that, and here's a notch here. I look on the bottom and there's a notch there. My experience has been I don't like using the bottom notch though, because the cord sometimes it's pushed in so tight that it wants to kind of pop this off. It gives too much friction on here. Okay, now I look at this, no notch here, no notch there. Okay, so it tells me I got to use this notch, but guess what? I've got the other air conditioner in the other room. Let's see how that's set up, shall we? Let's just check that out real quick. Okay, see how the cord's coming out the right again. Here there's a 4-hour timer here, and that's pretty good for an air conditioner in a vacation condo rental. The 4-hour timer, you have to turn that on in order to turn the air conditioner on. So if somebody goes down to the pool, they go down to the ocean, the beach for the day, they don't have the air conditioner, your air conditioner cranking, you know, the entire time you're away, and your electricity bill skyrockets. Well, here if they turn it to 1 hour before they leave, great. It's only going to stay on an hour, then it's going to click off. Or if they crank it all the way up to 4 hours, even if they leave in a half hour, at least you've got the comfort of knowing the air conditioner is going to go off in 4 hours. Okay, now this cord is over here, but the plug is over here. How are we going to do that? I've seen guys run it out the side or the bottom, run it across here, tie it all up and all that. I'm not going to do that. That's hokey. I like to do things a little bit better than that. And here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to take this, and you got to look at yours, because yours might be different. Okay, remember we saw the notches here? Well, I want the cord to come out this left-hand side, but there's no notch, is there? I'm going to make my own. Is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to measure up, and how wide that is, measure across there, transfer the lines over there, and I'm going to cut that out. And that's for that other one. And all I'm simply going to do is I'm going to use my dikes, my electrical cutters. I'm going to use a pair of pliers, and I might use my little wood rasp. Okay, that's it. And I'm going to make a notch that's going to look professional. Plus that notch is going to be right up against the wall. Doesn't even matter exactly how big I make that notch, because over there on the other side it's up against the wall, right? Okay, so that's what I'm going to do with that. All right, let's get back to our project in hand over here. What's the next step, Joe? Okay, the next step is I want this cord, I'm going to situate this cord in a manner to where it's going to come out here and do something nice here, which means I'm going to have to get situated here. I'm going to have to push some of this cord up in a cavity, and usually you'll have a cavity. There's a little side cavity here, there's one over here. And at first I thought maybe the air conditioner will get too cold, maybe I shouldn't put the electrical wire in there, but hey, it works fine. Okay, you just push it in there, see? Loop the loop, and then I have to kind of hold it there because I know it's going to come out at the end here. Then I have to look at my cord and see how I'm going to do it. And usually what I try to do is come straight out against the wall, and I'm going to have this looped up like that. Okay, I don't want the loop too tight. I don't want it hanging way down too low either. So I'm gonna just kind of get myself a point there and kind of hold this, and I may have to tweak the wire a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to hold that up there and kind of look at that to see. Now I'm going to come out just a little bit, okay, like that. Hold that there, look at that, and I'm kind of liking that length. Okay, so what I could do, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to take my felt tip pin, I'm just going to put a mark right there. because see that may fall back out as I'm messing around with this cover. Okay, I also want to make sure, here's my little thermostat wire, make sure that's kind of in there right. I know my damper's pushed in there all the way. I double check that. I kind of look at that. Then I get my cover up there. See? See how nicely that looks up there? Doesn't that look better than having the whole cord hanging down, flopping all over the place? Okay, I'm not going to show you this one other than, okay, remember the cord was coming out here. What I do is I push it into the bottom rail. There's a little bit of a slop right in there. I push the wire in there, then I take the excess and I zigzag it up in here, and then I come out the side, down, loop-de-loop, and back up. Just like the other one. Oh, that's right. That's right. I've got to show you how to cut that notch, don't I? I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, I told you I'd show you how to do this notch. What's all that racket in here? Oh, it's the air conditioner. I probably should leave it on. It's nice and cool in here. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. Okay. And let's see if I can't get you down in here. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure this, and I see it's 1 inch to inch and 3/4. It's a 1/2 inch thick. 1 inch to 1 3/4. So I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to look at that and see, yes, in fact, that's where I'm going to be. Okay. Let's get you resituated over here. Okay. I'm going to go 1 inch, 1 3/4, and it's going to be sticking out a 1/2 inch, so I can hold it anywhere and mark the half. I can hold my finger on there, right where it is, close my eyes even, and then I can mark that. Okay, that's where I'm going to cut it. And I just take little nips at it at a time with my little cutters. These are just electrical cutters. Okay, I'm not going to cut the whole thing. If I try to cut the whole thing, I'm going to crack it. Okay, see how it already cracked, but it didn't go all the way. So I just do little bits at a time. And now I can extend that like I'm just making a little triangle, so to speak. A little bit at a time, okay? Until I get up to where I want it. Make sure it's not going to crack on me. Yeah, I'm making a square notch with some cutters. Okay, now I can take this and do little thin strips. I might want to cut that at an angle, go right up to my line. And this is kind of at an angle, so I have to kind of hold this differently to get it straight. Okay, now I can flip that around, and now I'm going this way. Okay, now I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to grab that just right at that line and pinch it and just wiggle it a little bit, maybe go that way. I'll clean up the mess when I get done. Don't you worry about that. Okay, now I'm going to just cut this at a slight angle. You're not going to really see that. That may help my cord just sneak in there. That. Now I'm going to take my rasp. There. There's my hole. That's what I'm going to put up on the left-hand side. See? They've got the hole there. I've got the hole over here. I've got it just a hair wider in case my cord has to kind of slop in there. And that's going to be up against the wall, right? Let's take you into the other room real quick. I'm not going to show you how to put this one up because I think you've got it now. If you got any questions, you can replay the video on how I put the trim up and all the different steps. You see, when this notch right here goes up against the wall, you're never going to see that notch, are you? You are going to see the notches right here that nothing comes out, but that's just part of your trim, your face frame, okay? Well, there you go. Have fun. Well, this one's working fine too. See, I've got the cord over here, pooched out. There was just a little bit of room on the trim. I kind of pushed in on that, had it zip down below and then back up. Nice.